Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's Mark with Georgetoon.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? Brand new coffee, courtesy of Jason Ellison and the boys from Black Rifle Coffee Company's Coffee of the Month Club. Let me get a sip. Hang on 1 minute. Oh boy, that is really bold. That's a bold flavored coffee. Here it is right here. Black Rifle Coffee Company, Freedom Fuel right there. And it's a dark roast. Yeah, boy, this is great. If you like a bold flavored dark roast coffee, check out Freedom Fuel. Putting this in the Keurig machine, it just filled the room with a coffee aroma. This is a good one, yeah. I think this is the first time we've used Freedom Fuel here on the channel and on the Monday Morning Mailbag. I'm pretty sure, I don't recognize the artwork unless they changed it up. This is a good one. This is really, really terrific. And because we're on a new coffee adventure, we're using our official Indiana Jones coffee mug that came courtesy of viewer Jamie Horn. Thank you very, very much, Jamie. So we're on a new coffee adventure. There you go. We're on a new coffee adventure, and we're also on a new shaving adventure. Stay tuned for that. One more sip. Hang on 1 minute. Oh boy, that's great. As we like to say on the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug. Let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen. Absolutely. Boy, this really is a bold flavored coffee. Like this dark roast a lot. Boy, that's very, very good. And hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you are tuning into the podcast, thanks very, very much for listening in on all those wonderful streaming platforms like Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, that sort of thing. Boy, great to be with you this morning. Got a great show. I'm looking at my topics here. We have got a great shaving tip, which is kind of something that will benefit your shave den. So stay tuned for that. We got a great shave den visit. We got all our usual reminders. We also have a giveaway. This is the David Lair-Larry Napier giveaway. Boy, stay tuned for this. You're going to love this. This is absolutely fantastic. My thanks to both David Lair and Larry Napier for making this one happen. I guess you can call this the Lair-Larry Giveaway. See what I did there? Lair-Larry Giveaway. That's what we'll call it. We also have some great refill comments. Got some great new wet shaving gear to show you this morning. Something that also came about because of last week's Second Cup podcast. A big, big thank you to viewer Nate Jackson. Stay tuned for that. That's kind of the new wet shaving adventure we're going to be going on. Stay tuned for that. We also have some great questions and comments. So thanks very much for tuning in this morning. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me. Great to be with you this morning. So let's get the show kicked off like we do every week with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Matt Rose. And Matt writes, "Hi, Mark. Like many of your regular viewers, I look forward to kicking off my week with the Monday Morning Mailbag and Second Cup podcasts each week. I travel quite a bit for work and usually save them for my drives of an hour or more. My viewer morning shaving tip is more about storage and organization than it is about shaving. As my collection of shave soaps continues to grow, I found myself short on space and unable to store them all in one place. I have implemented a pair of Lazy Susans for soap storage, and it works perfectly. I found the 10-inch size works well as the footprint perfectly accommodates 4 tubs. Boom! Storage! I find this solution works well for me, and I've included a picture of the Lazy Susans I ordered through Amazon, a pack of 2 for only $15. Keep up the great work and infectious enthusiasm. Matt Rose out of Plymouth, Indiana. Matt, thank you so very, very much. We'll link to this particular brand here. This is Ram Pro, the Ram Pro Lazy Susan, but we'll also get you a page on Amazon where there are a lot of Lazy Susans for sale, 12-inch, 10-inch, that sort of thing, whatever works well for your particular shaved head. But as Matt mentions here, a 10-inch Lazy Susan will accommodate 4 shave soap pucks very, very nicely. And what a great solution for those of us who are trying to organize all these wonderful artisan shave soaps that we now have in our shave dens. Wow, that is a really, really terrific, fantastic shaving tip, Matt. Thank you very, very much. And to say thank you, for you and only you, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and if I use it here on the viewer morning shaving tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Matt, thanks again for a terrific shaving tip and a terrific tip on how to make the most of storing shave soaps. Really, really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime. A classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat. A shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete, now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete, you're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes courtesy of viewer Albert Caddise. I think I pronounced your name correctly. I sure hope I did. It's spelled capital Cadiz, and I believe it's pronounced, based on the Spanish, Caddise. And that Z could also be pronounced as a TH, if I remember my Spanish correctly. So I'm going to go with Albert Caddise. Please let me know if I pronounced that correctly or incorrectly, and if I mangled it a little bit, my apologies. Anyhow, Albert writes, "Hello, Mark. I'm happy to share that I have found a razor that belonged to my late Uncle Ed. It's a vintage Gillette 1976 W3 Black Handle Super Speed. It's in very good condition and even had a Gillette blade marked W3 still inside. I found it in a long-forgotten overnight bag of his belongings at my parents' house recently, as he would stay with us on occasion. Along with it was a bottle of Schulten Old Spice and an unused bottle of Menon Skin Bracer. What a joy to find. He was my favorite uncle, as he would take me on the train on a Saturday morning once a month to downtown Chicago for shopping, an inexpensive lunch, and a day of walking around and chatting. Such a fun time for a young kid back in the day, and I have many fond memories of our city adventures. It always warmed my heart to hear my fellow Monday Morning Mailbag brethren and their memories of acquiring a razor from a dear parent, grandparent, brother, uncle, or loved one. It truly adds to a special connection to those who have gone before us. I now use this Gillette regularly, and it's such a great shaver for me. Thank you for your channel and hard work, Mark. I will continue to watch and listen, and I enjoy the feeling of community that you have created and nurtured. Shave on. Kindest regards, Albert Caddise, Glendale Heights, Illinois." Wow, Albert, what an absolutely spectacular find. And to come from your favorite uncle, my gosh, it's as if he wanted you to find it and use it. Wow, the shaving gods are with you. Wow, that is absolutely awesome. And to find the aftershave splashes as well. Wow, that's my gosh, that's a home run. That's a grand slam. Wow, That is absolutely wonderful. And thank you so much for sending the photos and sharing this wonderful razor with all the viewers out there. Really, really terrific, terrific find to now have in your shave den, especially from a very, very special uncle. My gosh, that's, again, you're correct. It's these wonderful connections with our loved ones. That razor has been handed down to us, and we have it, and we hold in our hand a razor that they used every day during their shave routine, and it's a very, very special connection. So wow, that is great, and really, it's so marvelous that you found this razor. Wow, thank you so much for sharing it with all of us. Really, really do appreciate it. And if you out there would like to send along a photo or videos and a little bit of an explanation of something that you have in your shave den or a tour of your shave den, please send it along to mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll share it with all the viewers out there. So Albert, thanks again very, very much for sharing with all the viewers out there a really, really special razor that now is in your shaving den from your Uncle Ed. Thanks again very, very much. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, we're doing a giveaway this morning, and it comes courtesy of two wonderful viewers out there, David Lair and Larry Napier. We're calling it the Lair-Larry Giveaway. 2 items to make up one beautiful prize that'll be won by one lucky winner out there. First up is a beautiful artisan brush handle created by David Lair that he sent along to the channel. Check that out. That is absolutely beautiful. And he writes here, "Hey Mark, this is the brush handle I'd like to send you to give away on the channel. It's turned from Bocote." Now that's spelled B-O-C-O-T-E, and there are a variety of pronunciations out there from what I can see online. We're going to go with Bocote. It's turned from Bocote, a hardwood native to Mexico and South America. It's drilled to accept a 26 millimeter knot. And it's an absolutely beautiful brush handle. It is very, very substantial, got a great, stout, rugged feel to it, and that is a terrific hardwood there. My gosh. And right there on the bottom, it is stamped Indie Brushworks with David's name, Indie Brushworks, David Lair right there. How about that? Isn't that great? Yeah, that is absolutely fantastic. A beautiful, beautiful brush handle, which is one half of our giveaway prize this morning. David, thank you very, very much. The second part of the prize comes from Larry Napier, and he gave this to the channel during the Maggard meetup. I set it aside, and this is the perfect opportunity to give it away, to pair up with this brush handle, as you'll soon see. He sent along the Vikings Blade Emperor Meiji adjustable razor. Look at that. Check that out. Here it is right here. One of our favorite razors on the channel. My gosh, and there it is. Oh my gosh, is that beautiful. Wow, that's got a great, short, stout, substantial feel, which matches up perfectly with the brush, and the color scheme's very, very close, which is why we paired them up for this specific giveaway. Again, a twist to open adjustable razor from Viking's Blade. Really, really terrific. Adjusts from 1 to 9. I have one of these. I absolutely love this razor. I love the Viking's Blade adjustable razors. I love all their razors. They just deliver a really smooth, close, comfortable shave. And this is a good one. So Larry, thank you very, very much for sending along the Emperor Meiji adjustable razor. So that's what we're giving away, folks. We're giving away this beautiful artisan-made brush handle out of Bacote hardwood created by David Lair. And we're also giving away this beautiful Viking's Blade Emperor Meiji adjustable razor, very kindly sent by Larry Napier. It's the Lair-Larry Giveaway. Now, how do you enter? Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below, and make sure you have an address that Postal Services can deliver to. This is going to be open to everyone around the world. So it doesn't matter where you live, as long as you have an address that Postal Services can deliver to, we will definitely ship this to you if you win outside of the United States of America. The deadline is going to be Tuesday, July 29th, 2025, sometime during the afternoon or evening, whenever I get home to actually make the selection. So we'll post those results either Tuesday evening or first thing Wednesday morning, depending, again, on what my schedule is when I get home, that sort of thing. So that's the giveaway this morning. So I really am very, very grateful to both David Lair and Larry Napier for making this giveaway possible. Now, I'm not going to comment back to any of the comments below this video because I don't want my name to end up in the hopper and maybe upset the selection process when we come around to selecting a winner. Please let me say in advance, thank you for your kind words. I really, really do appreciate it. So that's what we got going on here. A terrific, terrific giveaway. Let's get the razor out here so you can see it again. A terrific, terrific giveaway, courtesy of David Lair and Larry Napier. The Lair-Larry Giveaway deadline, July 29th, Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Subscribe to the channel, comment below, have an address that can be delivered to, open to everyone around the world. Thanks to David, thanks to Larry, the Lair-Larry Giveaway. Good luck to everyone. Thanks again, gentlemen. Really do appreciate it. Oh, one more thing, just to be clear, leave a comment below this video. Do not leave a comment below the audio podcast of the Monday Morning Mailbag. You won't be entered. You have to leave a comment below the video version of the Monday Morning Mailbag with both picture and sound. So leave a comment below this video. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low, that time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on, let me get another sip. That is really good. That is really, really good. It's a dark roast. It has a really nice, bold flavor and a bold aroma. Again, just running it through my Keurig machine, it just fills the room with this great coffee aroma. Freedom Fuel dark roast from Black Rifle Coffee Company. Again, this is the Coffee of the Month Club gift for Christmas that I received from my nephew Jason, his wife Allison, and the boy. So my thanks to them. This is I love this gift. This came the other day and I thought, oh, great, I got another coffee for the next Monday Morning Mailbag. And I'm so happy it's Freedom Fuel because I don't think we've ever featured this one on the program. Maybe we have. Again, maybe because the artwork is different. I don't know, but it's terrific. And again, we're on a coffee adventure and a shaving adventure this morning. So we're using the Indiana Jones coffee mug right here. A big thank you to Jamie Horn for very kindly sending this one along to the channel. Jamie, thank you again very, very much. Let me get another sip here. This is this is really good. Oh, that's terrific. That's terrific. Before we get to the refill comments, I wanted to remind you again of Mantic59's website, The Black Coffee Life, where he discusses the healthy qualities of drinking coffee. So check that out. And we also want to mention a book collection by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner, The Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. It's in hardcover, and we'll have a link below where you can get it on Amazon. So check out that book if you want to chuckle, and check out The Black Coffee Life if you want to learn more about the healthy qualities of coffee. So again, my thanks to Bunny Host and John Reiner, and also to Mantic59. Let's get to some of these refill comments now that we've done a little bit of housekeeping here. We're going to kick it off with something from James Sefton. Hey, Mark, on the second cup, you were talking about how satisfying it was to paint on a fresh coat of paint, kind of like painting on a coat of lather. I agree. Absolutely. Last week's second cup, I just happened to mention that the previous day I had to paint some trim on my garage, and there was some bare wood that I had to take care of. The paint was peeling and that sort of thing. And it's just a satisfying experience. Just painting, laying that paint on, just painting on a coat of paint and covering up that bare wood. And it just looks, it looks brand new. It looks so wonderful. A new coat of paint on trim, on siding, on a door, on a windowsill, whatever it is. It just looks so great. And as I say, it's a very, very satisfying feel. And you're right, James. Painting on a coat of lather to start your wet shave, very, very satisfying. I agree. And again, when you paint, you're mixing up the paint, you're laying down the newspaper, you're making sure that you got your brush ready, that sort of thing. You don't want to drip paint anywhere. And the same way with doing the traditional wet shave, there's something very, very satisfying of doing all that prep work. You got your lathering bowl, you got your brush, you're loading your brush, you're building that lather, you're whipping it up, you're getting it to the right consistency, and then boom, lather, and then you go, and you go right in to painting on that lather, obviously after you do your pre-shave with a pre-shave oil or pre-shave soap, whatever it is. But yeah, very, very satisfying feeling, similar to painting on a fresh coat of paint. I agree, James. Thanks very, very much for that. And thanks very much for pointing it out. Really do appreciate it. Hey, this comes from Nate Jackson. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who commented on how to dry a twist-to-open razor and shave soap. I'm grateful to be part of this wet shaving community. Hey, Nate, thank you very, very much. Nate also sent along something that we're going to be sharing with you in new wet shaving gear. He also sent along a topic that we discussed last week on the Second Cup podcast, which was really, really terrific. I mean, we had a great discussion with this topic, and it led to a lot of other subtopics along the way, and we'll be touching bases on that as well in new wet shaving gear. So stay tuned for that. And Nate, thank you very, very much for the kind words, and I'm so glad that you got a lot of great positive feedback from the wet shaving community and viewers on this channel regarding drying out a twist open razor and a shave soap. Andrew Hill wrote, good morning, another great show. You asked about drying out soap pucks after a brush load. I wipe out the excess and turn it upside down for 24 hours, and it works fine. Again, great show and have a good week. Well, there you go, Nate. Andrew is sending along another detail regarding drying out a soap. This is something that I failed to mention last week. I sometimes do this as well. After wiping out the excess and wiping off the outside of the container, I'll just set it on the counter with the lid off and let it dry. But yes, Andrew is correct. Sometimes I'll turn it over and I'll kind of put it on edge, maybe on the lip of the sink or something else to kind of get the airflow underneath, and let that excess water drip out and dry out a little more efficiently. with a little more effectiveness. So, Andrew, thanks very much for pointing that out. Really do appreciate it. RH Dave Shaves writes, great show as always, Mark. Thank you. Thanks also for including my review of the Rex Supply Page Razor. Hope the viewers find value in it. Have a great week. Dave, it was a fantastic review. Folks, if you missed it, it was last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. Check out new wet shaving gear, the Rex Supply Page Razor. It's their new aluminum razor. And Dave did an absolutely awesome job in reviewing it. So Dave, thank you very, very much for sending along. It really added some great, great content to the show. Thank you very, very much. Bill Murphy writes, great show again, Mark. Thinking about the Rex Supply Page and the Naked Armor Scuttle. Looking forward to Fran's Space Cream. Have a wonderful week. Yeah, we did the Fran's Space Cream reviews this past week. Yesterday was National Ice Cream Day, day 6. I hope you were able to catch all of those reviews. I had a great time doing them with Fran's Space Cream Summertime Advent Calendar from Phoenix Shaving. It was a lot of fun. Ice cream, scented shave soaps, and splashes for the summertime. Really, really terrific. I really enjoyed myself. I'm so glad you tuned in, Bill. Thank you very, very much. And also, we talked about the Naked Armor Stainless Steel Scuttle. That review was sent in by viewer Steve Gregory. Steve, thank you again very, very much. So again, Bill, if you get both or either of them, please send along reviews. I know viewers would love to hear your experience with either of those items or both of those items. Thanks again, Bill. Really do appreciate it. Matt A. 8034 writes, this is Matt Armstead, all the way from the UK, from across the pond. He put his name at the end of the message. Matt, thank you very, very much. From Matt Armstead from the UK. Love this week's 3MB, Mark. When I finish shaving, I always clean my razor using a soft toothbrush, lightly brushing around the razor. Then I'll wipe it dry with a microfiber cloth, then leave it to dry. Take care, Mark, and enjoy the rest of the week. That's from Matt Armstead from the UK. Matt, thank you very, very much. A little more instruction on how to clean a razor. I'm assuming that's a twist to open razor, Matt. Thank you very, very much for sending that along. Really do appreciate that. Jimmy V Photography writes, my lathering process is the same as yours. For soap drying, I do exactly what you do. It's what Douglas and Irina recommend. Just let it sit face up for improved circulation to speed evaporation. 24 hours later, cover it back up and move on to the next soap. I've been doing it this way for years and never a problem. Remember, it's soap, not a food product. Yeah, great point there, Jimmy. And I'm so glad to hear you confirm the process that I use. And I think a lot of wet shavers use a similar process in drying out their shave soaps. And again, a little bit of variation. You could turn it upside down, that sort of thing. But maybe just leaving it right side up speeds evaporation just as well. So thanks very much for that, Jimmy. And thanks for confirming the process that you and I and many others use. Really, really do appreciate that. Bill Murphy, one more time, checked in. Great review, Mark. I used this one today, and it reminded me of the strawberry shortcake my mother made. Now, this was day 1 of the Phoenix Shaving Fran's Space Cream Summertime Advent Calendar Countdown the National Ice Cream Day Shave. Day 1 was strawberry shortcake. So let me start over again. Great review, Mark. I used this one today, and it reminded me of the strawberry shortcake my mother made. I know this will show my age, but I remember when the Good Humor Man would come down our street jingling the bells that were across the top of his windshield. But I don't remember a strawberry shortcake ice cream. Looking forward to tomorrow's soap. Have a wonderful day. Maybe the strawberry shortcake ice cream came out a little while later. I'm not entirely sure. But Bill, like you, I remember my mom's strawberry shortcake and the scent of day 1's ice cream for that shave absolutely reminded me of my mother's strawberry shortcake, because when we were kids, we used to go out to a farm on a summer day, and we would pick a boatload of strawberries for my mom. Now, again, there were 5 boys in the family, so she had 5 helpers to go out there and pick strawberries for her. And we came back with a ton of strawberries. And she would make the best strawberry shortcake, and she would also can all those preserves, and we would have strawberry jam for the rest of the year. What a wonderful memory. And that shave soap strawberry shortcake brought back all those memories for me as well. So thanks very much for that comment, Bill. Really, really do appreciate it. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Well, in last week's Second Cup podcast, viewer Nate Jackson very kindly sent along an article that appeared in the Stars and Stripes. And the headline reads, "The Army wants to train soldiers to shave. Those who can't cut it could get kicked out." Now that is a little bit of an extreme headline there. It's meant to grab your attention and certainly grab my attention. But in a nutshell, what the Army is saying here is they want all their soldiers to be clean shaven for a number of reasons. One reason that they cite is gas masks. Now this started in World War I, where they handed out the Gillette razor to all the soldiers during World War I so that they could be clean shaven, so that they would get a tight seal of the gas mask around their face during if they were involved in gas warfare. And the Army is citing that as one of its reasons. But they also want to encourage being clean shaven and good grooming and that sort of thing. Now, there were exemptions handed out for religious reasons and also for medical reasons, such as minority soldiers, black men who might be suffering from pseudofolliculitis barbae, or to put it simply, razor bumps and irritation, that sort of thing. And here's what they have to say here in the article. I'm just going to give you the Cliff's Notes version here. If you want to hear the entire article, we read the entire article in last week's Second Cup. We'll link it again below, but I'm not sure if it's going to be behind a paywall or the availability of it. But here is a key paragraph right here. One of the things that we've determined is that we need to train our soldiers better on how to take care of their shaving needs. For whatever reason, kids these days, they're struggling with, proper shaving technique. Pseudofolliculitis barbae, a lot of that just has to do with your shaving technique, is what we've determined. A vast majority of minority soldiers, African American soldiers, are within the standards all the time. Now, Nate and I were exchanging emails, and I happened to mention to him that there was a black gentleman, a black entrepreneur, who created a razor specifically for black men to address their shaving needs, particularly if they suffered from pseudofolliculitis barbae, razor bumps. And that razor is the Bevel razor. And it was a huge success because you see a lot of Bevel clones out there. And we've showed some of those Bevel clones here on the channel and have shaved with them, but we've never really used a Bevel razor. Well, Nate sent me an email and said, "Mark, I'm sending the channel a Bevel razor." Nate, thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much for the generous gift to the channel of a Bevel razor so we can share with all the viewers out there and talk about it. Because I happen to say that if I were an executive at Bevel, right now, after reading this article, I would be on the phone to the Department of Defense saying, we have the solution for you, because this razor and system specifically designed for black men, to allowing them to get a great shave, cutting down on razor bumps, irritation, and some of those other complications that they may come across. Well, Nate not only sent the Bevel razor, but he sent the entire Bevel Shave Starter Kit. How about that, Nate? Thank you very, very much. We're going to unbox it and we're going to show it to you on today's show. This comes with pre-shave oil, shave cream, shaving brush, safety razor, razor blades and post-shave balm. How about that? Wow, that's really, really wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. We're going to go ahead and open this up and show you each item that is contained in this shaving kit. Now, can you imagine joining the military and having problems shaving, and then having the military instruct you in how to properly shave and giving you a great shaving starter kit like the Bevel, because designed specifically to meet the shaving needs of black men and other minorities who struggle with shaving. And again, a lot of it is shaving technique, and maybe the individuals out there weren't given the proper shaving instruction. And also the other part of the equation here is getting some great shaving gear. And here you got a great razor. All right, so let's open this up here. Here we have the post-shave balm. Look at that. Isn't that great, that container? Boy, this is packed away so nicely. Next to the post-shave balm is the Bevel razor. Boy, this is a beautiful, beautiful razor. Look at that. Boy, this has got some nice heft to it. It is beautifully chromed. I can hardly wait to shave with this. This is marvelous. Now, this is not entirely slick. There is a little bit of tooth to it. So it looks like you're going to get a nice grip from the bottom 3/4 of the handle here. And it's a 3-piece razor. Oh man, that is beautiful. Look at this. It also has built into the handle, it has like an O-ring right there, built right into that handle. See that? Isn't that neat? And it goes right into the base plate where there's an indentation to hold that. Look at that. Isn't that nice? So it goes right in there like that, like hand and glove. Oh, that's marvelous. And again, a 3-piece razor. Here's the cap, the base plate, and the base plate wraps around the cap, as you can see right there. Okay, the base plate wraps around the cap, so you know you're going to get a safe shave because the end tabs of the razor blade are not going to be exposed. Now, for this particular razor head, I like to put my finger on the top middle of the cap and I hold the ends so that everything stays in place. And just, oh man, that is nice. That's terrific. Check that out. That's a beautiful, beautiful razor. And again, my guess, my hunch here is that it's on the mild side with some really, really nice efficiency. But again, it's a safety razor. That's, again, a single blade will help solve the problem for a lot of wet shavers out there. Here is the shaving brush. That's a very nice shaving brush. Looks like it's a synthetic knot. Yeah, I think it's, yeah, that feels like a synthetic knot. Okay, nice and lightweight, a good shape, great for travel, good for the shaving den, nicely chromed. That's very, very nice. And we have blades. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of nice blades here. And we're going to use a Bevel brand razor blade. So it looks like we have, how many blades do we have here? This looks like a pack of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40. I'll bet you we have 50 blades here. Hang on, let me see. Oh, here it is, razor blades. 10 count right there. 10 count. Can you see that? So you get 10, I was right, 10 in a pack, okay? So we've got 4 tucks of razor blades. So you got 40 razor blades right here. That's great. Okay, and I dug through this. You probably saw an edit there. I was digging through there and I didn't see another tuck of blades, so I'm assuming it's 40 blades. Okay, so here we have some pre-shave oil right here. Oh, that's great. Definitely going to use this with the first shave with the Bevel razor. Going to use all of these ingredients. That's really nice. Boy, they're really, really generous with what they give you in this shaving kit. Here we have 4 fluid ounces of shave cream right here, Bevel shave cream. How about that? Yeah, looking forward to using this. Man, so you've got some really, really generous amount of shaving cream, 4 ounces. You've got 4 fluid ounces of a post-shave balm. You also have, it looks like, yeah, here it is right here. It's very small on the back, 2 fluid ounces. I don't know if you can see that. Very, very small on the back, 2 fluid ounces. And of course, black founded right there. Okay, and that's on all of that labeling is on all their products right there. So again, founded by a black gentleman, a black entrepreneur who wanted to address the shaving needs of black men, and he came up with an absolutely fantastic, terrific product. And again, this razor, this design has been copied and cloned all over the place. But this is the real deal here. And we also have a little more information from viewer Abene Samant regarding the bevel razor. So stay tuned for that. That's a little later on in the show. So you also have here, experience the bevel difference. So you have an instructional booklet right here, okay? And this is the official shave guide. And it looks like they take you through, look here, keep it a 30-degree angle. They take you through the instruction on how to use this razor. This is brilliant. Look at that. And there is, and you know what? What's nice is that the illustrations are nice and large. The typeface is a nice size, so you can actually read it and understand what's going on. You know, your grain guide. And they have how to load a blade. Look at that. All that right there. And they're showing you how to lather and everything right there, everything you need to know. That's fantastic. That is really, really wonderful. Again, I hope the folks at Bevel are watching this, because I'm telling you, get on the phone with the Department of Defense, the Army, and let them know that you can help solve this challenge with black men and other minorities who are struggling with their morning shave. The Bevel razor is specifically designed to meet the shaving needs of black men and other minorities out there who suffer from pseudofolliculitis barbae, razor bumps, irritation, that sort of thing. And again, the Army admits that a vast majority of minority soldiers, African-American soldiers, are within the standards all the time. They realize that soldiers are not getting the proper instruction on how to do a shave, and they probably also don't have the proper shaving gear to get a good shave. And the Bevel razor addresses that. That is absolutely brilliant. I think that's just fantastic. And again, this looks like such a well-made razor. It has a lot of beautiful heft to it. I love the feel of it. I love the slender handle, and I love that built-in O-ring right there on the handle. That is fantastic. And you got the countersink right there in the base plate where that fits in so nicely. It is beautifully chromed. This is a well-made, high-quality piece of shaving gear, and I am so looking forward to reviewing this and trying this. And again, find a need and fill it. And that's what this gentleman did with the Bevel shaving razor and the Bevel shaving kit and system. Terrific. We're going to link them below so you can get up to their website and see everything that they offer that addresses the shaving needs of black men and other minorities, or anyone out there who is suffering from razor bumps and irritation and that sort of thing. And as we've always pointed out on the show, 30 degrees of light touch, let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. That goes a long way in solving a lot of those problems. And as we've always said, mild razor, sharp blade. And it looks like that's the approach here. That's my hunch. Also based on what Abene Samant shared with us, and we'll be sharing that with you in questions and comments. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is just an absolutely wonderful system. I am smiling ear to ear. And a big thank you to Nate Jackson for very, very kindly sending this along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. We're going to get a review and shave done with the entire Bevel shave kit and their wet shaving system. It looks marvelous. It looks wonderful. And again, to anyone in the head office over there at Bevel, get on the phone to the Department of Defense and let them know you have the solution they've been looking for. A great shaving gear and also great instruction on how to do the traditional wet shave. This is absolutely brilliant. So my thanks to Nate Jackson for very, very kindly sending us along the channel. Nate, thank you very, very much. It was a great topic of discussion in last week's Second Cup. And here Nate came through with taking it a step further and actually sending the channel the actual shaving gear from Bevel. And we're going to get a review done, and we're going to use this. Absolutely fantastic. So again, folks, we'll link the Bevel website below where you can check out all their products that they have up there online that address the shaving needs for black men and other minorities, and maybe even you if you suffer from razor bumps and irritation. This could be the answer for you right here, the Bevel Razor and Bevel Shaving Kit. Again, my thanks to Nate Jackson. Folks, we'll have links below. Recently, viewer Matt Panter sponsored a giveaway. We gave away 3 beautiful Zenith Boar brushes. Well, Matt sent along an extra brush or 2 to the channel, and I wanted to show you one of those brushes because it has special meaning, as you know. Here it is, a Zenith Boar brush with a butterscotch handle. Thanks, Mom. And as you can see here, it looks to be broken in. Now, we'll get a link to Zenith brushes below so you can check out all their Boar brushes. But I have a before picture that I wanted to show you, and this is the after. Now, I used the method that Jay Potter mentioned on a previous Monday morning mailbag. Jay's method of breaking in a Boar brush was to get a bar of Dove soap and then load the Boar brush onto the Dove soap, and then build a lather in his hand for about 5 minutes. And he does this 6 times for a total of 30 minutes. And he says, after that, rinsing out and letting it dry out, it breaks in very, very nicely. Now you can see that I did this. I used the soap, I loaded the brush, and I built a lather in my hand, and I did it for 5 minutes, 6 times for a total of 30 minutes. Now, I did not use Dove soap. I didn't have Dove soap in the house, but I got a lot of shave soap. I used Mogano. I used the Mogano shave soap because it's got a great scent. It has a great, fresh barbershop-like scent, and it made heaps of lather. And I figured, it's got good skin food ingredients, that sort of thing. So might not have all the moisturizers that Dove soap has that might help in blooming the brush a little more, but it did the job. And I think now I'm going to go forward and use this for my shaves, for building a lather, using it for my shaves, because you can see that it's broken in. And I guess you might say that it's broken in and ready to go to shave with. And then as I shave with it more and more and more, it'll probably continue to break in. But I think we've got a good start. So thanks to Jay Potter for sending along that tip. We're going to file it away, and we're going to use it as a morning shaving tip down the road to remind everybody of that, of Jay's method in breaking in a Boar brush. And I think I'm going to get a bar of Dove soap because I got another Boar brush from Matt Panter, and I'm going to use that Boar brush with Dove bar soap and break it in that way and see what the difference is. But I think the Mogano worked well, and I think it broke in well. Let me show it to you again. Here's the after, and of course we're going to put on screen the before, so you can see that it did a pretty good job. So my thanks to Matt Panter for very kindly sending this along to the channel, allowing me to share with all the viewers. We're going to use this, and we're going to kind of see how much more it breaks in. If these hairs split even more than what you see here, I'm thinking they will. But a really good start, a really good foothold, a good start to breaking in this Boar brush, thanks to Jay Potter. And again, a big, big thank you to Matt Panter for very kindly and generously sending this brush along the channel, as well as the other brushes that he sponsored in the giveaway. So there you go, Zenith Boar brush with a butterscotch handle. Thanks, Mom. We'll have a link to Zenith Boar brushes below. Well, we have another razor to share with you this morning. This one's from Yaqi. This came in the Shave Den recently. It is the 2-piece 3/16 stainless steel Yaqi Baenzinger razor. I believe I pronounced that correctly. It's spelled capital Baenzinger. I think it's pronounced Baenzinger. And it's a beautiful two-piece razor. Again, 316 stainless steel. Comes in this terrific double door gift box like that with a magnetic clasp. You know, 2 doors side by side open up like that to reveal the razor. Here it is right here. Beautiful razor. It is an open comb razor, as you can see right there. It's a two-piece razor. Okay, boy, that is really nicely made. Great action on that knob in undoing the threaded post here. Check it out. Again, a beautiful polish to the 316 stainless steel, and it goes together like that. And oh yeah, that's nice and smooth and really snugs up securely. And there it is right there. Let me give you the specs on this. The razor head material is 316 stainless steel with a polish. Handle material is 316 stainless steel material with a polish. Got some really nice classic kind of knurling there. And the knob has an offset pattern, some channels very tightly cut into it there, as you can see. Yeah, really neat. Nice contrast between the handle and the knob. The handle length is 86 millimeters or 2.39 inches. The handle diameter is 14 millimeters or 0.551 inches. The blade gap is 1 millimeter. Wow. We'll talk about that in a moment. The total weight is 89 grams or 3.14 ounces. And it comes, the packaging comes with the razor, no blades, but an absolutely beautiful razor. Now that blade gap is 1 millimeter. And again, that's getting up there, but we don't know what the blade exposure is. Because again, we've learned from viewers and fellow wet shavers and other razor makers out there like the folks at Timeless Razor, blade gap doesn't tell the entire story. Blade exposure also comes into play. For instance, the razor we talked about last week, I had a chance to review it and shave with it, is the Pilot by Yaqi. This has a 0.95 millimeter blade gap. This is also a two-piece razor right there, stainless steel. Boy, oh boy, this was smooth. This really was efficient and smooth and mild. We also do a shave showdown with the Merkur 34C because one reviewer said this razor and the configuration of the base plate reminded him of the 34C, so we did a side-by-side shave. Going to edit that and get that done and post it as well. But really, this was efficient and smooth. Maybe not as mild as a 34C. Check out the review when we get it posted. But again, 0.95 millimeter, you would think, wow, that's really aggressive. Not aggressive at all. I think it's because perhaps the blade exposure is neutral or negative. I'm not entirely sure where the blade exposure is. Just a guess on my part. So I'm really curious to use and review the Baenzinger, I think that's how it's pronounced, Baenzinger razor by Yaqi, and see if it's aggressive, overly aggressive, or to see if it is on a little bit of the milder side. With a 1 millimeter blade gap, who knows? Again, other factors come into play here. So blade gap alone does not give you an idea of the aggression level of the razor. Yes and no, but there are other factors involved, and that's what we've been learning in talking about a lot of these Yaqi razors. So there it is, the Yaqi Baenzinger razor. I think that's how it's pronounced. Again, it's spelled capital Baenzinger, Baenzinger, I think. And I'm told online, and I'm going to have to get some information from some of the individuals who have posted to their social media accounts, that this was inspired by a vintage Italian razor. We'll get more information on that in upcoming Monday morning mailbags. But if you know any information about this razor and what inspired it, please comment below and let us know. I didn't want to give that information out because I wasn't entirely sure. I have an email message into the folks at Yaqi, Grace Chen and the folks at Yaqi, saying, I'm hearing that this was based on a vintage Italian razor. Can you tell me anything else? So if we have that information and we can put it on screen, we'll do that. and we'll talk about it in an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag. But there it is, 316 stainless steel 2-piece razor from Yaqi, the Baenzinger. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's available on AliExpress. We'll have a link below. My thanks to Grace Chen and everyone at Yaqi for very kindly sending it along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers. And also wanted to remind you once more about Caddise whipped beef tallow for skin, 100% grass-fed, handmade cream moisturizer for face and body, natural with honey, shea butter, jojoba oil, non-greasy, nourishing for men, women, and kids. A 4-ounce jar, you get 40% off. A sale that's been going on for some time now. We'll get a link below where you can check it out on Amazon. Here's the code, 6MHNEAY9, and that code is good for 40% off all the way to December 18th, 2025. Get it while you can, because before you know it, it'll be December, no doubt about it. Again, I've been using it post-shave and also during the day. Caddise whipped beef tallow for skin. Again, the code is 6MHNEAY9. You'll get 40% off. So my thanks to Eric Zhang and everyone who sent along Caddise to the channel, allowing me to share with all the viewers out there. Check it out. We'll have a link below. 40% off. Use that code. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, last week, Nate Jackson asked us about drying a twist-open razor and also drying shave soaps. And we received a lot of great answers from viewers out there. We shared a few of them with you this morning. And Nate did a follow-up, and he contacted Phoenix Shaving, and they sent along a very, very good answer that Nate is sharing with us here this morning. And Nate writes, "Hi, Mark. I asked Phoenix Shaving and one other artisan soap maker about the drying process and time factor for their shave soap, and this is the response I received." Now, this is the response from Phoenix Shaving. He continues here, "I thought this might interest you, so I wanted to share it with you. Looking forward to your 3MB tomorrow." Now, here's the answer that Nate received from Phoenix Shaving Support. And they write, "Hi, Nate. It really depends on the environment where the soap is drying, and especially the humidity. For longer-term storage, we will let the soap dry usually for 2 to 5 days, and for shorter term, maybe a day or two. It really depends. Basically, you're not going to damage the soap at all by allowing it to dry as much as possible, so I'd let it take as long as needed. But there is not one size fits all answer, since there are too many environmental variables to consider." You know, that's a great answer. And Nate, thank you very much for sending it along to the channel and allowing me to share with all the viewers out there, because that's something else to consider, the environment that you're in. If you're in a very, very humid environment, yeah, you're going to want to let that shave soap dry out a little bit longer. Summer humidity versus winter dryness, that sort of thing. So yeah, a great, great answer, and something else to consider, environmental factors when drying out one of your shave soaps. Nate, thanks very, very much for sending this along. Really do appreciate it. Very instructive and of great value to all the viewers out there and all traditional wet shavers. Thanks again, Nate. Really, really do appreciate it. Oh, and my thanks again to Phoenix Shaving for a really, really great, insightful answer. Thanks to Phoenix Shaving. Thanks to Nate. Really do appreciate it. Well, as we mentioned earlier in the show, Nate Jackson very, very kindly sent along the Bevel razor with the entire Bevel shave kit. Thank you again, Nate, very, very much. And Abene Samant has a Bevel razor, and he added some comments to this discussion. Now, before I get to that, This has some beautiful, beautiful heft to it. And I forgot to give you the weight. And I've got my digital scale right here. And I'm just going to set it on my digital scale. It's 3.16 ounces, which translates to about 89.5 grams. So it really has some nice heft to it. It is very, very solidly built. This is really a good, robust razor. And as we mentioned, we have some Bevel clones here in the shave den. Boy, this one feels substantial. The others are okay, but this one feels great. This is the real deal right here, the Bevel. I'm so excited to have this in the shave den, and I look forward to doing the review and using it. I'm really excited about it. It just looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Anyhow, Abene Samant sent this along regarding the Bevel razor. Hi, Mark. I hope the summer is treating you well. Fresh local corn is now available, so I am very, very excited. Hey, here, we have Sage's apple farm over here, and they have Sage's Gold, which is a tremendous corn on the cob. Absolutely fantastic. If you're going through Chardon at the time that it's available, pick up a couple of dozen. You will not regret it. Anyhow, he continues here. Back in November, I picked up the Bevel razor during Amazon Prime days. I found it to be a very mild razor, sometimes a little too mild for my heavy beard. Recently, my son and daughter have been raving about the feather blades. I typically find them way too sharp and aggressive for me, but they are single pass with the grain shavers, so it's not an issue for them, whereas I typically do a 3-pass shave in every direction. I decided to load the feather blade into the Bevel razor this morning. My shave was superb. A perfect BBS shave. No nicks, no cuts, and no irritation. I may very well make this razor, along with the feather blades, my go-to travel setup. And the feather blades have a built-in blade bank for used blades. Perfect combination. Wow. Warmest regards, Abene Samant. And he also comments that the Bevel razor is at a nice price point, so that if he does misplace or lose it, he can easily replace it. Yeah, here. However, I gotta be honest with you. This is such a beautiful razor. I do not want to lose this if I travel with it. But yeah, point well taken. But again, we're including this comment from Abene Samant because, as we said earlier in the show, a really good combination is mild razor, sharp blade. And that's what Abene Samant used here. He is confirming my hunch that the Bevel razor is a good, mild, efficient razor. And he increased the efficiency by putting in a very sharp feather blade, smooth, sharp feather blade. So there you go. Really looking forward to trying a feather blade in here. And also on our first shave, we're going to use the Bevel brand razor blade right there. And I'm assuming that's the way this is designed. A mild razor and a good, sharp Bevel blade. Really looking forward to using and reviewing this. And again, my thanks to Nate Jackson for very kindly and generously sending this along to the channel. And thanks to Abene Samant for confirming my hunch that it's on the mild side and will accept a really nice, smooth, sharp blade to give you a great, great shave. Again, the folks at Bevel, get on the phone to the Department of Defense and the Army. You've got the solution for them. Thanks again, Abby. Thanks again, Nate. Viewer Glenn Martin sent this along. It's a link to a YouTube video showing American astronauts shaving on their way to the moon. And the question is, what razor are they using? Now, Glenn writes, so what do you think? Was it a blank? Now, I'm not going to give you the name of the razor that he's naming here, but I agreed with him. I thought it was that razor as well. But I don't want to create a bias in your mind as to what razor you think it is when you see it. In other words, I don't want to name the razor. I want you to take a look at it and tell me what you think it is. What razor do you think this American astronaut is using on his way to the moon in 0G? I agree with what Glenn said it was, and we'll reveal that when we do an upcoming Monday Morning Mailbag. I'm sure we'll get a lot of comments on that on the video, and we'll share those guesses and also what Glenn and I thought it was. And I think Glenn and I might be correct. However, I don't know. Someone else might come up with another brand of razor and really, hit the nail on the head. So check it out. We'll have a link below. What razor is the American astronaut using in 0G on their way to the moon? Glenn, aka Bug Chief, thanks very much for the link and the discussion topic. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out all the wonderful artisan soap makers and sellers that you see displayed on the bottom of the screen right now. They make and offer some wonderful artisan shave soap. They also offer some wonderful wet shaving gear to enhance your traditional wet shave. The next time you're online, please take a moment, pay them a visit. I sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Make it a great week.